And the Lord said,
Brewheads!
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brewheads. I'm Big Mike,
I'm Brando.
and today we're at Labyrinth Brewing.
In Manchester, Connecticut, Forest Street.
Yes, Forest
Address?
Street. 148 Forest Street in
148
Manchester.
Forest Street. Yep.
And today we have the pleasure of sitting down.
Hey, I'm Adam, one of the owners here.
Now there's two or three?
There is three of us.
Three.
Yeah.
You all brew?
Not anymore. Originally, we started off that way because we started off as home brewers, and so
Yep.
it was like the three musketeers. Like I brew one day, next guy brews the next day, next guy brews the next day.
Yep.
As we've grown, our sort of responsibilities have split off, and so most of what you're drinking when you come to Labyrinth is actually brewed by my other partner Sean. I
Yep.
step in and help in the brew house, and our other partner Chris has sort of moved into the sales out of house stuff.
Gotcha.
So when you see him driving the Turbo Love van with
Yes.
the big red beard,
Yeah.
he's bringing beer to your favorite liquor store or to your favorite local pub in the area.
Okay.
So.
Yep. I know even just from our little thing that we do that the little response, like editing, Mike takes care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try and post as much as I can on social media, and then like doing our just regular day jobs along with the minuscule part that we do
Yep.
is overwhelming. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Eventually, you have
Yeah.
that division of labor because
Right.
old people can't do all jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
So you just have to
Gotcha.
sort it out and be like, that's what your responsibility is. That's yours, and that's yours, and
Yeah.
good luck.
Cool.
May the force be with you.
So did you guys meet at like a brewing school, or was it like three friends that really like
we
beer
actually kind of. So we are friends from way back in the day, middle school, high school,
Mm-hmm.
and then we graduated high school. Well, some of us not, and actually most of us didn't, but whatever. So yeah. So anyways, we did the high school thing. We did whatever it was after high school, and then as adults, we kind of came back and rediscovered a friendship after we started home brewing.
Yep.
So it was just kind of I started brewing. Chris started brewing. Sean started brewing. We all live in the same town. We're townies. And we're just like, wait, you're brewing? Well, let's get together because what better way to hone our home brewing skills than to just,
Yeah.
So Chris formed a homebrew club, and years later we had a drunken conversation about let's start a brewery, and
That's
literally 3 years later was opening this place up.
Nice.
So yeah.
What do we got here?
Okay, so the first beer we've got today, so this is Hellas Awaits. It's our Hellas Lager. It's the first time it's been in cans. And the label, I mean, we're big metalheads
Yes.
around here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if your listeners can hear the music in the background, but we're playing King Diamond today.
Yep.
So this basically took some inspiration from like Slayer kind of album cover and whatnot. So it's a lot of like fire, hellfire stuff on it or whatnot. So, and plus, Hellas Awaits plays on like a Slayer song, so we just
Yeah.
figured, why not kind of mix our love of like heavy metal in with our label art and whatnot.
Absolutely.
So I'm just gonna
nothing wrong with
yeah,
that.
stop talking, more drinking. So let me just crack this bad boy up. Yeah, man. This is
I'm trying to figure out what smells better. Is it in here, or is it the beer?
That is hard, yeah. Because when
You walk in and it's
walk
like-
in while you're
well,
brewing,
somebody's
it's
baking
man.
amazing bread
Yeah,
that I
we're-
want to drink.
We're definitely brewing today.
Yes.
So finishing up the boil as we speak.
That's got a
Sweet,
nice little
sweet crackery.
slight spice smell to it.
Like that. Nice, crisp, clean.
That smells good. Okay.
Yes, yeah. I can't wait to hear what you guys think of this because I drink it all the time, so I know what I think of it.
Yeah. Nice bready crackery feel. It's
Slightly malty in the
Yeah.
back, but it's sweet.
it's like
I like that.
thin but thick. Like it's a thin mouthfeel, but the flavor makes it feel like way thicker than what it really is. I like
This is
the
nice.
maltiness of it too.
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks,
The
guys.
maltiness is really good. Man, that's good. Damn.
Thank you.
I like how the breadiness builds. Second sip, third
Yeah.
sip, fourth sip.
Now, when you from thought to brewing of this beer, like how much R&D does it, usually take with stuff like this? Is it like one or two test batches before you dial it in?
Sometimes, so we have a much smaller, we're a 7-barrel brew house, but we have a smaller 1-barrel pilot system. So we can pretty much try new ingredients, new techniques, whatever
Yeah.
on our pilot system. That's where this beer actually came from. We're like, all right, let's do a Hellas Lager. Let's, rather than cry when we put 200 gallons down the drain. We could just cry when we put 30 gallons down the drain, right? It's a lot less tears coming out of me.
Right.
So we did a pilot batch, and we actually have like we call it our tap room tasting panel. So anything that comes out of that pilot system, we'll put on draft, and then we'll invite our customers, the people who come visit us, to scan this little QR code at the table, and a little score sheet comes up. They can score it, like just like you guys are doing.
Okay.
So you can say, okay, well, the mouth feels good, the flavor profile, whatever, and then they can leave us notes. So a lot of times we'll use that to adjust the recipe. Is like, okay, well, this honey brown has too much honey character, or it's not sweet enough, or whatever. So we can kind of figure out what are our customers looking for. Because at the end of the day, if I just make a beer that I like, well, I'm the one that's drinking it.
Right.
But I want everybody else to want it too, right?
Yeah,
So
that doesn't pay the bills.
yeah,
Just
so
do your own.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So this beer actually, we brewed the pilot recipe, put it on draft. It got tons of good reviews. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, you got to put this in cans. You got to brew this on a big system." So we scaled it up, brewed it on the big system. Now on the flip side, we've had other beers where like version 4, version 5, version 6 are all going down the drain before they even make it to the tap system, because it's like that's not exactly what we want, we maybe tried some new technique or a different hop or a different grain, and that just it didn't get the flavor profile we wanted. So down the drain it goes, you know. So I mean, it runs the gamut. Yeah.
You know what? That's the first that I've heard of someone actually having their customers rate their
Scanning
beer.
the code and doing it right there.
To critique the beer and adjust accordingly to what the customers want. That's, in all honesty, it takes balls, man.
Yeah. Hey, man,
live feedback. You don't have to wait for Untap.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's people that are literally coming right to our tap room telling us, okay, I like this. Or I think one of the questions is like, would you buy this again?
Yeah.
And if I get a bunch of hell no, then you know what? Maybe we need to radically redo this recipe, or just shelve it and go brew something else. Which that doesn't happen often, but every now and again it's like, all right, maybe people don't want some really weird, off-the-cuff, rando beer. Okay, that's fine. You know.
When you guys first started and you guys put up the crowdfunding to,
oh man,
how nervous were you guys when you did that?
Man, when we were going around and around about how much should we actually ask for, like what are strangers going to give us for money? Like that's a terrifying thing. And when we did that crowdfunding, it was maybe 30 or 40 breweries in the state. So we had the benefit of far more beer drinkers were willing to give us something. If you try to crowdfund now, you're out of luck, because every town's got a brewery now.
Exactly.
But at least here, everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, we really want to have a brewery in this town. We live in the surrounding area. It'd be great to have one." There wasn't really a lot over here. So that was great, but I was super nervous. I was like, "Oh man, I don't know what." I have no idea what we're gonna get. Like maybe it's just gonna be my mom giving me $10 or something. Right? And there were plenty of people who just gave us $5, but $5 plus $5 plus $5. I mean, we ended up with like 18 or 19 grand, I think, mostly from complete total strangers. It was like 186 or 189 people total donated, and we raised almost 19 grand.
Wow.
So, which is why when you walk into our place, there's this giant wooden plaque with all of those people's names carved into it. That's just been hanging up there since we opened as like a big thank you to those humans. Even the guy that gave me $5, like, that's why this place opened up, because we didn't have any money. Literally, we had like a business plan on a napkin, and a couple sheets of paper, and we're like, all right, we're gonna do this thing, and that money allowed us to kind of put together a business plan, get some consultants, figure out like, okay, we're just like three dudes who brew beer in a garage. How do we make a beer factory?
Right.
That's that's such a different animal, right? And that kind of set us on that path, and then well, here we are. So, but super nervous. All right, so the beer we have this time, this is actually a collaboration we did with Hop Culture Brew Farms and Brewco out in Colchester.
Oh, Colchester.
Yeah, they're out in Colchester. So, so basically, the genesis behind this was, we saw a bunch of those like allegations of harassment and abuse going on in the industry. So we reached out to Heather and we were like, hey, you're a female-owned brewery, and this is something that's super important to us. Like, we're just like three dudes, so we have like the lens and the understanding of the world from a guy's perspective.
Right.
So let's do this collab. Maybe try to raise a little bit of awareness. It's also a beer that we're raising some money for. And so she was on board. She was like, "Yeah, sure, let's do this." So she came here, brewed this beer, canned it, and the proceeds from this beer are going to Interval House, which is Connecticut's largest provider of services to victims of domestic violence. we have a really good relationship with that organization. We do a lot of fundraisers for them, so we just figured, we can help our partner organization that provides services right here in town, like right in our local community, and we can kind of empower and sort of like give a little attention and to Heather and her business and whatnot. So it's kind of like helping somebody in the industry, helping members of our own community, because that sort of like philanthropic, charitable stuff is really ingrained in a lot of the things we do here. So I mean, this just was a great opportunity for us to say, hey, this is a problem. Let's raise attention to it. Let's make a beer. Let's raise some cash. And we threw a huge kick-ass release party for this. So we had like some women artists, women musicians playing. It was like a hell of a party in this place. So that's what I got here. So this is an IPA, a New England IPA, obviously, and some of the hops that are in here were actually grown on Heather's farm. Because hop culture being a farm brewery, they grow hops there that they put in their beers. So clearly we were just like, hey, we got to get some of that Cascade you're growing over there and throw it in here. So this is about 6.5%. So, it's not going to, put you under.
Ooh,
but it's definitely, definitely have that New England IPA characteristics to it. So, be interested to see.
Good.
I drank entirely too much of this off the tank,
like
so.
Dirty.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nothing but haze.
Yeah.
Haze for days.
Dirty. Ooh, that's juicy.
Ooh.
That's super juicy.
Very juicy.
Thank you.
Wow. No bitter there.
No. I gotta say, that's probably the most juiciest Cascade beer I've ever had.
Is this one straight Cascade?
No. And I'm trying to recall what we actually put in it. There's probably some Citra, El Dorado, Cascade, and
There you go.
what else is in here? There's another hop in here that I can't recall.
Put all the juicy.
I know, seriously, yeah. Now you make me want to run back in the office and check my notes and be like, all right, what did we put in here?
Ooh, yeah, because that's a juice bottle.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, we wanted something that was, going to have that sort of like dialed back bitterness and have all those like, what you expect out of a New England IPA, that hazy, juicy characteristic, which, I know we're all sick of saying, but literally that's what we're trying to do with this beer. So like, call it what it is,
No, that's textbook New England right there.
Yeah. So, something that's approachable and, because we could have made a million different styles of beer, but if we're trying to do like a fundraiser, that means I need this beer to get into as many hands as possible.
Yes.
Because we're trying to raise money.
Yeah.
So
Right.
please buy this. Please enjoy it.
Right.
So what do people buy and enjoy? New England
New
IPA.
England
Yes,
juicy
you got it.
IPA.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
So,
That is.
It is.
That is good.
The aroma is honestly probably my favorite part.
Definitely a candle.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but we actually partnered with a local person who makes candles.
I bought one.
Okay, cool. That smell like our beer, and I
Yeah.
think we have a couple of them kicking around here.
I
So
bought the Sour Me one. Was it Sour Me? No. The Sour. Not Sour Me.
it was a sour batch, maybe.
Yeah, Sour
Yeah.
Batch.
Yep.
It
Okay.
was a Sour Batch.
Yep. Yeah.
Bought that for my wife because we went to the
Beer fest.
beer
at,
fest in Waterbury at Marriott.
Oh,
And the
okay.
person was there. Yeah.
Yeah, the person was there
yeah.
selling the candle,
Yeah.
and it was one way for for me to run off on a day to drink beer all night.
And they come home.
Yeah,
Buy
come
you a
home.
candle.
I got you a candle.
That's a great
honey.
idea. Yeah. So anybody who's coming here to the bar and they're like, "Yeah, I'm just stopping for one,"
Right,
and they got to
right.
go home, bring a candle.
Bring a candle.
Yeah. If your
You smell
significant
like-
other
you smell
likes
like a New
candles, there
England
you go.
IPA.
Yeah.
Must have been fun to make with all the hops and
Yeah, no, it was awesome. And we always love doing collabs anyways, whether we're going somewhere else to brew or someone's coming here to brew, it's great. I mean, usually that means I'm not cleaning out the mash tun, so that's great.
Yeah.
Usually like the visiting brewers like clean out the mash tun, so that was awesome. Plus like I do a lot of social media for the brewery, so I was just like, oh, hard heavy lifting? Nah, I got this camera.
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah,
take a bunch of
right,
photos.
pictures.
I gotta take some video and photos.
Yeah.
And like I guess you guys gotta carry all this grain around, and I'll take photos of it though. So for me, I like that. I get to sit back and just kind of chill. So yeah, well,
What we got?
Yeah, so the next beer is the Siren Song. So this is a lime goza. So gozas are tart. They're a wheat base. It's got a ton of fresh lime peels. We still peel all of these limes. So in a 7-barrel batch, it's maybe 200-ish limes or so that we peel for this.
Now, is it the lime or the zest, or all of it, or is it?
We basically steep the lime peels in the boil at a certain time with a certain amount, and there's a couple other things we do to it to get that lime character.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like our Colonel's secret recipe, but but it's definitely tart. It's lower in alcohol. This is definitely something you could just sit out on the patio if you're into tart beers. It's not like super sour, but I think it's like 4.3%. So
Okay.
Oh, that's
sit by the pool all day.
Lawn mow.
Yeah, right. Mow the lawn. Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely has that citrus character.
Yeah.
It is not excessively tart at all. It's very clean.
He's sour sensitive.
Okay. Yeah, this is
Very
our beer.
clean.
This is our beer for people who are just like, I don't know if I'm into sours, and I'm like, well, why don't you try this?
Right.
Yeah. Start 'em out.
Maybe you're not into sours,
Yeah.
but this is just tart. It's not
Yeah.
sour, it's tart.
Tart.
Yeah, right, yeah. And they're like, really?
Flip the words.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, sure, try it. It's citrusy, if you like.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was refreshing.
It almost has like a refreshing wine taste to it. Like if someone was into wines, not beer, I don't know, I just drink wine. This is something that you could, try this.
Yeah.
And it would kind of steer them to the dark side.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of what we're always trying to do here. I mean, yes, we carry wines, we carry ciders, we do some frozen drinks that are crazy, and it's always like, okay, well, hey, you like this? Oh, hey, while you're trying this, hey, I have this beer that is, you know what, just try this. And they're like, what is this? Oh, well, that's a whatever beer. And they're like, oh, well, maybe I do like beer.
Right.
Maybe I do like beer.
Yeah.
Because, you know what I mean? Yeah, right, because I'm usually used to drinking X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And then you hand them this, and they're like, oh.
That's how I got my wife into beer.
Okay, awesome.
Because now she still won't drink IPAs, really won't drink lagers or anything like that, but fruited sours and coffee stouts for some reason. Loves coffee stouts.
Okay.
She
All
can
right.
do coffee stouts, and she can even do like bourbon barrel.
Oh, sure, yeah, barrel-aged stuff, yeah.
She likes whiskey. So,
Nice.
But a lot of the sours, fruited sours, stuff like that, she really digs because she's more of a wine drinker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's a good sort of connection there between those flavors and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
This is very easy drinking.
yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, no, that's really the problem. Is like, on canning days, like we'll all split up the low-filled cans that we can't sell because there's not enough beer in them
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And you got to kind of drink them quickly because there's, they'll lose carbonation and whatnot, and they're, whatever. They're basically the unsellable cans that we're just gonna toss. Well, you bring 6 or 8 of these home, and you're like, well, it's only 4%, and next thing you know, you're kind of like out on the patio, like, oh, I think I live here now. It's like, are you coming to bed? No, I live here now. Like, okay, I'll turn the porch light on. Yeah, that's right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Turn the bug light on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is to me more along the lines of like the lager, crisp, clean, easy drinking. Definitely could take, the more basic beer drinkers, start pulling them in.
Oh yeah.
Gravity beers.
Bud Light Lime.
Yeah, some people say that. Absolutely. Like
You get someone who likes the Bud Light Lime.
Yep.
Oh, you like Bud Light?
Oh,
How about a crafty? How about a craft Bud Light
Yeah.
Lime?
Yeah, like, oh, you like lime? Oh, I got the perfect beer for you. It's just like it, And then they get used to drinking this, and then we have a sour batch release, which is really, really sour, like turn your skin inside out sour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, try this. And they're still like, oh, whoa, what's going on here? And I'm like, well, I think you're turning inside out. That's what's going on.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
You're salivating.
Yeah.
I
So
love the sour beers. I love more watching them try to drink the sour beers.
fair.
It's so
You're not a big sour guy then.
I'm halfway.
Okay.
Yeah, you double this.
Yep.
That's the top of my enjoyment level.
Okay.
The rest is I still like it, but it's a job.
Fair. Yeah.
It's a job that I'm drinking.
Okay. I mean, I guess, I imagine, especially if it's in a 16-ounce can, you're just like, wow, this is really intense. I don't drink this whole thing.
Right.
Maybe a 4-ounce sample, you're like,
Right.
Yeah, I'll get that down, no problem. But
4 ounce, I could do 4 ounces.
yeah. Fair.
I'll take all the sour.
Yeah, you
Okay.
will.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
God.
feel that same way about like pastry stouts. Not to knock them, but sometimes they're just so heavy.
Heavy.
So
Yeah.
if I get a can and I have 16 ounces, I'm like, man, I need somebody to share this with.
Yeah.
Who's going to split this with me? Because 4 8 ounces, the flavors are awesome and they're killer.
Yeah.
I don't want 16 ounces of that.
Right.
You know? But if I go somewhere I'm getting a flight, heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Yep.
I want to try it. Yeah. You're whatever Girl Scout marshmallow explosion pastry puff. You put
Pastry
like,
puff
unicorn.
cake.
Yeah. You ground fresh unicorn in it and whatever. Like.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know. Sure, man. There's a couple My Little Ponies in there too.
Yep.
Sure, man. Let's do it. You know. But
Recyclable plastic ponies.
yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's good for you inside, right? But
What's
awesome,
one
man.
of your favorite styles to enjoy?
Personally, oh
Yeah.
man, so I'm really into stouts. Like one of my favorite like large, well-known beers is like Old Rasputin, which is an imperial stout, North Coast Brewery, Fort Bragg, California. That's like the beer that got me into craft beer.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, I was always just drinking like cheap beers that we all drink when we're younger and maybe less than 21 years old. Right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know how I got a hold of this, but somebody was just like, "Oh, try this," and I'm just like, "All right, man, it's got this weird, creepy dude on it, and it's dark, so whatever." And I was like, "Man, there's like the flavor that you can get off of that beer." I was like, "Wow, this is freaking awesome, man." Since then, I've been pretty much like on the malt spectrum of things. You know, some people are hopheads chasing that like juicy whatever.
Yeah.
Some people like those really bitter kind of West Coast style things. Man, if it tastes like a glass of red, sign me up. You know what I mean? And whether that's like an ESB or something, any of those like darker British bitters or whatever, like
Yeah.
I'll drink those all day long. The Imperial Stout, barrel age it, man, take my money. You know,
Yeah.
shut up and take my money. You know. So we have a barley wine that we have now that was aged in Scotch barrels, like a combination of Highland and Islay barrels.
Yeah.
And that was originally like a homebrew recipe that my partner Sean had done that he won a couple awards at or whatever. And I distinctly remember a time where he had a few extra bottles kicking around and he handed them to me. But of course, as a homebrewer, they're unlabeled. So I just
Yeah.
have these bombers kicking around and I open one, start drinking it. I know it's got some alcohol to it. I get through one, I get through another, and I'm kind of feeling a little weird. I text him, I'm like, dude, like, what's the ABV on this thing? He's like, I think it's like 15. I'm like, okay. I think I'm not going to drink this third one then.
I'm at 45
Yeah.
right now.
I'm like, okay, so that's a lot. And then I'm talking to my wife. I'm like, hey, he said it's like 10. I gotta go. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. I just need a moment, So, those style of beers, not so much just because the alcohol content is so high, but also like more so on the flavor side.
Yeah.
I mean, even like double and triple IPAs, you can get a lot of flavor
Yeah.
characteristic, like layer that flavor in really well. I just have to remember to pour it in a smaller glass.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
that's been the challenge for my whole adult life.
Yeah.
So it's
Like I think that was the first ever time I tried 120 minutes IPA.
oh yeah, Dogfish Head.
And it was like, I researched later and it was like 15 to 18
Yeah.
depending.
Yep.
And so I was like, I cracked the bottle, put it in, first sip, and it was just like, I did the breathe through the nose and sip, and it was
Yep.
just like, oh, holy shit!
Yeah.
There was so
With
much,
just layers and complexity
Yeah.
and just those beers. I love them.
and then it was just like,
Yeah.
okay. Now that I've braced, then I finished it. And I cracked the second one because I got the 440 pack. So I had I'm on the second one. I look it up and it's like, oh shit, 15 to 18. I'm like, oh god, this one feels like 18.
Yeah. Am I going
crap.
to work tomorrow?
Yeah.
I don't know. I should just call out sick now.
Do I eat? Do I force puke? Like, which one gets me to work?
Tough adult choices.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Eat or force puke.
Yeah.
All right, yes, definitely. Thank you for having us out. These beers
Absolutely.
were awesome. The place is awesome. The ambiance is awesome. I love I'll just say the ties. I'm gonna leave it at the ties.
Yeah, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, whatever she did
It's
with
our
that.
corporate art.
Yep.
Yes.
You guys want to know the story? I think it should be in there if he wants it to be in there. I like
Whatever,
it.
man.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, if it fits your...
Patreon. How about that? We do it.
Absolutely.
All right, yeah.
That's something you can be like, oh, you want to know the story?
Story
behind
of
the
the
time?
time.
Yeah.
Go to Patreon.
That's it. Here you go. See?
Well, yeah, we definitely got to come out. We got
Yeah, we gotta come out again. And,
All right.
go do some more beers because we do love this place.
Yeah.
It just sucks that there's so many breweries in Connecticut.
Yeah, well, forget about those guys.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
Not borrowing any more hops now.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Everyone's gonna be like, "Well, you're blacklisted, buddy." Just kidding.
You heard Adam say?
Yeah, really. Oh god, that's usually it's the story of my adult life.
Yeah.
But anyways,
what did he do now?
yeah, Christ.
But you guys are doing wonderful though.
Awesome, thanks.
Making great beer. I gotta say I enjoy everything that you guys make. I can't wait to have. I'm about to say Guado.
Guado? Oh my God.
Guado.
Hey, I don't know how much time you have, but our birthday's the end of August, and we have like 20 cases of Guado that was barrel aged in a virgin oak barrel in bottles, waiting to be released the last week of August. So, you guys are on my short list to be like, "Hi, don't forget this exists," because I know you all loved it the first time, the original.
I'm here.
All right,
I'm
yeah.
here. I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah, I'm not. Whatever I'm doing that day just got
canceled. Yeah, he's
care.
sick. He's sick. It's
I
a
am
sick
so
day.
sick.
Yeah. So I mean, but yeah.
It was the name that did it for me. The first time I said,
Yeah, it was like
Quaid. Oh, I know. Yeah. Yes. Every time we brew that beer, we're running around the brew house screaming, "Get your ass to Mars! Get your ass to Mars!" And it's like,
oh, what does she say? It's going to be a surprise, or what does she say? Like,
oh yeah, get ready for a surprise.
Yeah, there you
Something
go.
like that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man. Michael Ironside was thin.
Yep. I mean, it's funny because the rest of the younger staff have no idea what the hell we're talking about, so they're just like, "Wow, those guys are crazy," and we're like, "Really?
Yeah.
Really? You can't just Google it?"
You
know what
were
I mean?
raised wrong. How about
Yeah,
that?
I'm like, just let me talk to your parents.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's a problem here. So
Total Recall. Is that the movie with Colin Farrell?
I'm like, oh, no.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
Not that one. So thank you very much for having us. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Everybody, you need to come down. Have everything on the tap list because you can't go wrong.
Yep, and they do have wine seltzers just in case.
Yes.
For you non-beer drinkers.
Yeah.
Going to be friendless. Real friendless.
It's okay. We'll scowl at you, but that's all right. We'll still serve you a cider. You
just
know.
dirty looks.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Oh man. So yeah, we really appreciate it. And so as always,
Drink responsibly. You stay wobbly. We're going to catch you on the next one.
deuces.